Hello, hi there. This is Ikechukwu Gwede here, just reviewing the trades that I took on April 9th. So to begin, April 9th was a very volatile day, and I believe it's one of the, if not the second in history. It was a very volatile day. This is the candle for April 9th. My bias on this day was a green day, and the reason being that we can see what looks like a bottom here, and I've already gone ahead and analyzed this chart with Elliott wave, and this was what I had in mind. So my bias was pretty much a green day. That's what I was hoping to see on this day, and that's what eventually happened. So just a heads up, this is actually not a live account. This is a demo account. It's a practice account with FP markets. So today I took two trades. The first trade being a loser. The first trade I took was around this area. I got in here, got out right away, and I held one more contract, and it got to a loss. My bias on this day was, of course, it was going to be a green day. That was my bias, and that was what I was hoping to see. So I got out at some point here. The other contract I got out here and had to wait, just sitting down waiting. And when I got to this point, at this point, I knew, okay, the trend has now been decided, so it has to be a green day. And I got in more here, and got in more on this red candle. And at this point, I was really beginning to worry what was going on. But this is why sometimes stop loss, putting stop loss might not always be a good idea, because if I had stop loss here, it would have taken me out really good. So, but again, the trend was up, and you can see what happened here on the rest of the day. It was pretty much up from there, and it kind of closed at the top there. So the time now is 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, and at this point the S&P just moved up violently with a green candle, and at this point I'm pretty sure that the trend now is green. So but there's no discount, so I'm buying pretty much high, so I just put in one contract, and the hope was that waiting for it to come down, which is what it's doing right now, for me to get in more. So at this point now, I'm thinking I should get in more. Then I get in more one contract there, and just wait to see. Even at this point, it's still not a good buying place. Like there's no discount. It's still pretty high, but it could go higher, no doubt. But the point is that this will eventually come down. Whenever it does something like this, it always comes down. It always has a big red candle. So I know getting in this call is just to kind of prevent that FOMO, right? So it's few contracts, and I'm now waiting for a violent sell-off before it continues going up. So I get in more contracts, but I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have gotten more here. So there we go. This is the red candle that I know was gonna come, and the last two contracts that I bought, I should have bought on that red candle, because I know this was gonna happen. I know there's gonna be a red candle, almost the same size as the green candle. Whenever this happens in the chart, whenever there's a huge, very violent, volatile green candle, there's always a red candle that follows. And my theory for this is whenever there is some action and reaction. So whenever there's an action, such an action, there's always also a reaction that counters that action. So at this point, I'm not worried about the loss. I know eventually it's gonna go up. So this is pretty much normal. I know it's eventually gonna go up. The trend is up on the daily charts. It's up. So this is just normal, and it's gonna come down and then eventually rally up. But I was not expecting what I saw, what I was going to see. So here, I already have too many contracts to get in. Even though I think it's gonna be a green day, I still want to be mindful of the risk because I could get in too much, and then it's possible that it could also be a red day, right? It's possible, and anything is possible. So keeping that in mind, I just get in few contracts, and if it's gonna be a green day, then I should be all right. So at this point, I don't buy more contracts. I just wait out to see what happens because I've already bought enough, and I bought half of normally what I would buy, and just being patient and waiting. You see the losses, kind of makes you freak out. But my my thesis is still there. I still have confidence that this will play out, and I don't really have any stop loss. I don't like having stop loss. As long as I know that as long as I'm, looking at the daily chart, I know what to expect. I don't like to have stop loss. Now, when the trend changes like it did in the morning, then I know I'm on the wrong side. Then I can easily get out. But I'm waiting to see specific things on the chart to prove otherwise. So at this point, I'm hoping that it's gonna be upwards from here. But I definitely bought in too early for sure. But then again, you cannot So at this point now, I'm getting panicked because I wasn't expecting this to happen. But then again, it's happening so fast, so fast. And already this is a volatile period. I know this is a very, very volatile period. The past 2 days, the past 3 days has been this volatile. But my this is still there, this is still normal. I know this is still, this is still normal, and eventually it's gonna continue going up, and that's what we're seeing right now. But what I did not expect is what is happening right now. I did not expect to see such a blow up. And I'm thinking already, okay, I have to be taking out profits now, because at any point it might just, dump down again, even though it's still a green day, but it might eventually dump down. And the last thing that I want is to have a loss. So the profit that I have is good enough for me, and I'm calling it a day. This is good enough. But eventually, this chart, eventually the day ends up a very, very, very large green day. It runs up, continues running for 100 more points.